What's up, Taiwan? How's it going? I'm Ethan Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. The U.S. Federal Reserve has hiked interest rates again. This comes as inflation in the country hovers near the highest it's been in 40 years. But as James Chater reports, the ripple effects of the U.S. decision are being watched closely here in Taiwan.
The rates continue to rise. In Washington, the US Federal Reserve said they would be raising interest rates yet again. Wednesday's announcement is the sixth interest rate hike in under a year and the fourth consecutive hike of 0.75%. The US base rate began the year near 0%. Now that's risen to 4%. All this makes borrowing money more expensive, leaving less cash in the pockets of consumers. With US inflation running near a 40-year high, Fed Chief Jerome Powell said rates could peak at a greater level than previously expected. He also warned that the chances of a recession were growing ever more likely.
I just think that the inflation picture has become more and more challenging over the course of this year, without question. That means that we have to have policy be more restrictive, and that narrows the path to a soft landing.
As the economic woes of the US show no signs of easing up, there are also concerns about their worldwide knock-on effects. In Taiwan, experts are all too aware that the US finances can have a serious impact on the local economy.
美国联准会的升息其实对台湾民众的生活应该是息息相关。当美国的需求减少呢，就会影响到台湾的出口，进而影响台湾的股市表现。那台湾股市表现又跟台湾的民间消费有非常高的一个联动性。那因此呢，会对台湾经济造成非常大的影响。
As its inflation isn't as high, Taiwan has raised interest rates at a slower pace than the US. But higher rates attract more foreign investment and can boost the value of a nation's currency. This means the growing gap in interest rates could lead to money flowing out of Taiwan and put more pressure on Taiwan's currency.
比较倾向为保守的做法，可能就只升个半码。那当然，这个就会影响到我们的汇率。我们的汇率相对来讲，如果假设以Fed现在的这样的一个升息速度的话，我想资金外流的问题还是避免不了。所以台币可能相对来讲还是比较弱势的格局。
Taiwan's next interest rate decision is due next month. The country's central bank has said it won't necessarily follow the US's example of raising rates, but as the saying goes, when America sneezes, the world catches a cold. Local experts are now hoping the country's economy has a strong immune system. Andy Xue and James Chater for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan and the EU should sign a free trade agreement, according to a message delivered by a group of European lawmakers from the Inter-Parliamentary Alliance on China. President Tsai met the group at the presidential office in Taipei on Thursday. This is AIPAC's first visit to the country. The group includes 8 lawmakers from 7 European countries. AIPAC says it is working to change how democratic nations approach relations with Beijing. Delegation head Reinhard Bütikofer had to attend the meeting virtually after he tested positive for COVID. The group also met Taiwan's Foreign Minister Joseph Wu, who presented Bütikofer with the Grand Medal of Diplomacy.
I am so happy. Democracy does have a home with Chinese people, and Taiwan stands for that. This democratic Taiwan, we in the European Parliament want as a strong partner.
The Oslo Freedom Forum returned to Taipei on Thursday, and it is the third time the annual International Human Rights Conference has been held in Taiwan's capital. Organized by the New York-based Human Rights Foundation, the forum brings together prominent civil rights advocates from around the world. This year's guests include Thai opposition leader Thanathong Junolongkit, former pro-democracy Hong Kong lawmaker Nathan Law, and Myanmar human rights activist Wei Ning-Pui-Tong. Taiwan's Foreign Minister Joseph Wu is also attending the forum as a speaker and a guest. Police have made 8 arrests and rescued more than 24 kidnapping victims in a raid in Tamsui, just north of Taiwan's capital. Armed police broke into a property on Tuesday and discovered 26 people in handcuffs crammed into a single room. Their ages range from 23 to 58. The victims had been lured by posts on social media promising high-paying jobs. After meeting their would-be employers and handing over their bank details, they were taken into Tamsui and imprisoned. They faced beatings and torture if they resisted. Police broke the case when they located one of the victims' cell phones that the gang failed to confiscate. The case is similar to a recent spate of Taiwanese being trafficked in Southeast Asia, mostly in Cambodia. Taiwan will once again not be allowed to attend an international event under its own name. This time, it is the 2025 World Expo in the Japanese city of Osaka. Organizers say Taiwan will not be allowed to attend as a country and can only join as a business enterprise. Taiwan's government has earmarked over $60 million for the event. It's believed the influence from China, which considers Taiwan part of its territory, is to blame. Chinese pressure on other nations not to recognize Taiwan's sovereignty has increased in recent years. Taiwan was previously able to attend the 2010 Expo in Shanghai under the name Taiwan.
台湾的国际处境非常困难，在世界上有重大贡献，却因为中国的打压，许多用国家名义参与的机会都被严重限收。
Taiwan's fisheries agency is calling on employers of migrant fishermen to raise their minimum wage by the end of the year. Taiwan has long come under pressure from human rights groups for the treatment of migrant fishermen on its distant water fishing fleet. They come from countries including Indonesia and the Philippines. New rules earlier this year saw their legal minimum wage raised to $550 a month. Employers must also now pay fishermen directly rather than through a foreign agent. On Thursday, the government's fisheries agency also said new inspectors hired in September are helping efforts to improve working conditions for migrant fishermen. And there's some good news for Taipei Zoo's panda Tuan. Experts brought in from China said the condition may not be as bad as previously feared. As Eric Gao reports, zoo officials have been concerned about his deteriorating health in recent weeks.
For zoo staff, a moment of relief. One of Taipei Zoo's giant pandas appears to be in better health than caretakers had initially thought. 18-year-old Tuan had been suffering from brain lesions and a loss of appetite. This week, panda experts were brought in from China to help with his treatment. And after observing Tuan, they gave an encouraging prognosis.
基本上今天的状况还算好，那团今天很争气，就有做了一些进食啊，一些相当这样行为。我想大陆专家看到这样，相对可能有稍微放心一点点。
Tuan was gifted to Taiwan by Beijing in 2008 when relations between the two sides were warmer. Taiwan requested assistance from Chinese veterinary experts to help manage the giant panda's deteriorating health. The specialists say that for now, they'll keep Tuan on palliative care. They also want to avoid having to perform surgery on the panda.
就是他麻醉的一个反应，或者是他病灶的位置来讲的话，其实都不是那么适合进行手术。那这个部分其实我们也跟陆方这边的专家有达成共识，所以短期内应该是不会有更进一步的侵入性的一个医疗行为会出现。
The panda experts will be in Taiwan for a week. While here, the zoo says they will be working with local staff to give Tuan the best care possible as he enters what may be the final stage of his life. Damon Lin and Eric Gao for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching today's What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, today we leave you with images of a replica of the Horse of Selene carved by a robot. The original Greek carving dates back to the 5th century BC. I'm Ethan. Take care, and I'll see you next time.